Hello everyone, it's Metacross31 again, and in this video I'm gonna show you the winning replay from the King's Ridge challenge that was held during May this year. And since not all of the replays have yet been uploaded to YouTube, I decided to make some videos where I explain them, so in case you're still interested in these replays, you can watch them here. And the first one we are going to watch today is the winning replay from the Silver Challenge, so the easier part of the challenge, with a time of 19 minutes and, let me see, I think 28 seconds. Oh no, I think it was even faster, done by Wanky with a mixed deck. The rules for this challenge were not use Enlightenment and also don't use Aim My Monument and clear this map on Advanced as fast as you can. And this was the winning run done by Wanky, and I'm also gonna upload the gold challenge runs also to this channel right after this. And as you see, he started by spawning some Forsaken within these bandit footmen, so they get body blocked and can't kill any of the frost units, so they are gonna survive and can be used for the defense later. And he already picked up 2 of these power wells, and he's gonna pick up the 3rd one right afterwards. And now comes the annoying part of the map where the camera jumps around. So let's speed this up a little. And there you see, this is what you usually see when you play the game, the camera jumping around showing you all of the objectives, so expect this for the other videos as well. And so after picking up all of the power walls in the base, he's soon gonna clear all of the camps on the right side first. The general idea most of the people used on this map for the faster runs was to use the frost units for defense of the space on the left side, and on the right side let the twilight units and the stonekin units which spawn from this camp just kill each other, and in the meantime use your own units to clear the right side, and then afterwards get the tier 3, go up here, get the T4, use the teleporter to clear the to free your own Gale and get the 5th orb, and then clear the space to get the final orb and win this match, this map. And now there's some waiting in and in this time Wanky's gonna spawn some Forsaken. And with 6 Forsaken he first pulls out these units from this camp. If he would have been a little faster, he might have avoided this spawn, but he still got it out, but it's not too big of a deal, if I remember correctly. And now what he wants to do is first clear off this Twilight Infestation, while one Forsaken is gonna stay back and get healed because it's got low on health. Motivate on the Forsaken so they deal more damage, and once this base is done, he waited with the motivate, by the way, so it's still active for the next few units over here. And then he builds a Soul Splicer, which is gonna heal up all of his Forsaken, because otherwise, as you see, they are very low on health, they are gonna die. And now he waits for his Forsaken to get a little bit more health. He pulls 2 of them back so he can motivate them. And now all of these Forsaken do a ton of damage and kill these Twilight units easily. Afterwards, while they are still motivated, he kills this the rest of the space, and especially the spawn camp, but also the tower. But first of all, he picks up the monuments to save some time. As you see, the Twilight and Stonekin units down here just get stopped by this wall and they kill each other, so he doesn't have to waste any resources on that. Soon his tier 2 will be up and it's gonna be Shadow. There we go. And you already see him build an Embalmer Shrine, Furnace of Flesh and Resource Boosters in this main base. This Resource Booster is probably gonna hit all of these power wells, then Bomber's Run is gonna be used together with Shadow Phoenixes later, and the Furnace of Flesh to suck up all of the corpses which all of these units leave behind outside of this wall. And so he also destroyed the Soul Splicer because no units are fighting anymore up there. And he starts building some Shadow Phoenixes. And once he has enough Shadow Phoenixes, I think, as soon as he has 6 Shadow Phoenixes, he can fly over this gate, crash them into the Soul Hunter and all of the other units, and it's gonna wipe out the space. He also kills most of his Forsaken except for one to get back the Void Power. Only one squad of Forsaken is kept there for defense. And now, as you see, with 6 Shadow Phoenixes, he's flying over here. And he's crashing all of them into the Soul Hunter, so it dies. And they even all come back, so he can reuse them later. And now you see he runs some North Guards over there from these Frost units, which he had for free. And as you're gonna see, he's gonna use Nether Warp to get over this Amai gate. So he doesn't have to actually clear all of the space first. And now he can get the power well, and later his tier 3 as soon as he has the power. And you see he didn't kill the Forsaken yet, but he spawns one Time Vortex, which is gonna be by far enough to kill all of the units which are attacking his wall. And on the left side of the camp, he's also building one Time Vortex to support these Frost units, especially since this one squad of Master Archers is gone. And over here he builds his tier 3, which is a Nature Orb. In the meantime, he already starts flying up with his Shadow Phoenixes, because he's gonna use them to fly over this lake and crash them into this base up here. So they still deal a lot of damage and aren't just completely wasted. As you see, he managed to clear out most of this camp with that. And they even come back. But they get attacked by these Skyrex, which he can't attack back with the Shadow Phoenixes. But he still manages to crash at least one in here to kill some more units. Sadly, he didn't get all of them yet, because his Bandit Bouncer is still alive. And here you already see he builds not only Fallen Sky Elves, but also Cultist Masters to use it with the Furnace of Flesh to get back all of his Void Power immediately. And he's spawning a bunch of these Fallen Sky Elves, which he's gonna use to fly up here and kill this bandit ship. And in case you're wondering why he starts clearing this space without even going through here, while he doesn't have any ground presence, it is because it's probably an oversight by the map maker that when he flies over here and kills all of the bandit ship and all of the ground units down here, this infernal operator is gonna belong to him, and it's actually gonna give him ground presence. And here you saw why he has the Nature Orb, because he used a heal on these Fallen Sky Elves so they don't die. And now with the ability of one Fallen Sky Elf, he's gonna deal a ton of damage, healing again. And just before the ability runs out, the bandit ship is gone. Meanwhile, down here, he's always using the Cultist Masters to get back his Void Power. And as soon as he killed this unit, the Infernal Operators belongs to him. He can spawn one squad of Forsaken to pick up these Power Wells, build a Resource Booster next to it, and keep them over here to pick up his tier 4 later. But in the meantime, he's flying his Fallen Sky Elves down here to kill them next to the Furnace of Flesh to get back some Void Power, together with the Night Rollers from the Cultist Masters. And as you can see, he now should have enough power to pick up his tier 4. And instead of just killing off these Forsaken, he's gonna do something else. He's gonna also use some Cultist Masters, and all of the stuff he has right here, the spawns of the Cultist Master themselves, and the Forsaken. He's gonna teleport down with the Infernal Operator. And now let's quickly see what he's doing down here, because as you see, there's this huge camp here with some really strong ships, some even stronger than a bandit ship up there, and also bandit lords, wind hunters, and all of that stuff. And so he's already using some spells down here. So let's quickly see what he does. He first of all uses a frenetic assault on the right here, so that all of these units over here are basically CC'd, start attacking each other, and already clear of these bandit barracks. Then he warps up here, so all of the enemy units focus his units up here, and so they don't move too close to this teleporter, but stay up here in the north, so he doesn't get too much aggro once he ports down there with his second wave of units. And the thing is, since he anyways has to wait for his power to come back, it doesn't really matter that much, because this Infernal Operator also has a cooldown. So by the time he has his army standing, this cooldown will be ready again. And as you see, always getting back his white in time, and he even built up this fortification wall on the left. He also destroyed the Embalmer Shrine that was down here earlier. And now he's even killing off these North Guards, because he is not needing them anymore. And now for the next part, he's even building a second Furnace of Flesh and even more Cultist Masters, because he's gonna need some really quick white return, which one Furnace of Flesh might not be fast enough to pick up, because he's spawning a Bloodhorn, and he's gonna port it down there and use a lot of spells. By the way, his tier 4 is a Fire Orb. This is why he was able to build this Bloodhorn. And let's see when he ports. Should be any second now. Anything happening down here? Not yet. But those two Furnaces of Flesh are still up. Oh, he even builds a second Bloodhorn. And there goes the teleport. So let's see what's happening down here. Let's slow down a little bit. First of all, he is using one Stampede and another Stampede to clear off all of these buildings that were in this way, especially the second way station, because it was healing all of these units by a lot. And he even used at least one, but maybe even two frenetic assaults, so all of these units are occupied and don't kill his Bloodhorns. Then this one Bloodhorn is probably gonna die, because it's taking all of the stuff. There you see an Infectus going out. And a Thunderstorm, so now a lot of Nightcrawlers are gonna spawn for him. In the meantime, he's always using his Cultist Masters to get back his Void Power just in time. He might even do a rotation of them. No, I can't really spot that right now. And he is really gonna soon have Rogan Kale freed. There he goes. And you see even more Nightcrawlers popping out because of the infect. And by this time I should be able to... Oh, now you can see he's starting to spawn his Nightcrawlers in battle, so that he can immediately kill them and already get his 300 white power he spent on all of the spells down here back. He even used a regrowth to heal up all of his units. And even more frenetic assaults to keep these ships occupied. Maybe he even used an offering on one of his Cultist Masters, let's see. Oh yeah, it's only 5 anymore, so he even used an offering to get back his frenetic assault charges. And even more Stampedes to get all of these buildings down. And as you can see, because of the frenetic assault, all of these units are already dropping low or even dying because all of these strong bandit ships are attacking each other. Especially with their multi-shot, they deal a lot of damage against each other. And he spawned an Embalmer Shrine down here, as well as the monument. For his 5th monument, he takes another fire orb, so he has access to cluster explosion for the rest of this final camp. And this Embalmer Shrine is just the cheapest way he can use to have the line of sight blocked from this monument to this bandit cage, because otherwise the monument would attack this cage and eventually free the abomination, and this way he just doesn't have to bother with it. And he uses even more spells like this Thunderstorm and another Infect and another Stampede. One of his Bloodhorns sadly died. This was probably not optimal. And he used another heal to keep at least this Bloodhorn alive. And he just ignores these units because he doesn't really have to bother with them. He sadly gets CC'd again by these Wind Hunters, which is quite annoying. But eventually, with a lot of heals and CC'd again. And sadly this Bloodhorn dies too, so this is also not optimal. He has to spawn another one, so quite a bit of time loss up there. In the meantime, he's getting back all of his void power. And running in with the next Bloodhorn using Frenetic Assault again, so this time the Wind Hunters don't focus his Bloodhorn. He stampedes through this first wall. And at some point he's gonna use a cluster explosion once he nether warped up there and use a heal. And now with the cluster explosion, this is gonna clear off all of this stuff super fast. As you see, a ton of damage. And there's even this Fathom Lord, which is a neutral unit, which spawns out of one of these camps. And he uses again all of his spells, like the Infect, which also infected all of these units. And as soon as he has the possibility, he's gonna build his final monument right there. Because as soon as this monument is up, he only has to defend for like 2 more minutes, and afterwards the map is won for him. And there was another cluster explosion, more frenetic assaults, thunderstorms. But as you can see now, his 6th monument should be quite safe already. So let's speed this up for a little. Because as you see now, he only has to survive for like 1.5 more minutes. But even if his monument were to drop, this wouldn't actually lose him the game, as long as Rogan Kale survives back here and at least one of his monuments is still alive. So he just walks up there for the sake of it and kills even some of these buildings, but that isn't really that important. And there we have it, the final time of 18 minutes 44 seconds, winning him the first prize of the Silver Challenge. For the second place of the Silver Challenge, there's already a video up on YouTube. I'm just gonna link it somewhere in the description, or maybe put it into a playlist. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.